We finally had an overall pullback in the markets this week, seemingly after about a month or so of just going up and then that volatility coming right back down, everybody buying it back up, it goes up again. And it seems like it left us with endless indecision candles on the overall weekly chart for our SPY and QQQ and things like that. But we finally got that overall larger pullback, like we were talking about, that 672 level. That was a big key area for us that we looked like we were trying to find a support and finally had to go back down and hit that. We finally got that this past week, and it came at the expense of oil, with oil just ripping overall. Now, we did talk about oil last week, and we were mentioning things like, or stocks like Chevron and Exxon, basically more or less reverting back to the mean while the ETFs still stayed elevated. That was basically the case last week, and you still had that overall ETF just push even higher. And those ETFs are going to be USO and XOP. So first, we're going to be looking at USO here on the weekly chart. You can see we're trading at 108. We're up around 13% from Thursday's close. Now, these lines right here, these supports and resistances, these are coming back from COVID-19. So that's how long it has been since we have touched any of these previous resistances. Now, going forward, what are we looking at in here? Well, anything above that 110 area, basically, we're looking at nice whole numbers working our way up until the chart tells us otherwise, right? So 111, 112, 113, etc. We're just watching nice whole numbers until the chart tells us something different. On the downside, that is, we're going to be looking right here at that 106. We have the 104 spot lined up. Then we have that 10 or 100, and then it's going to be that 99 level all on deck in here. Now, your expected move is going to be coming at the expense of right at $17. So Friday, about $17 expected move priced in. IV ranked 94. So everything is juiced in here. A large expected move being priced in. A lot of volatility in here in your options. So be careful in here, but try to take advantage of it to your best ability. Now, your RSI in here is looking around 82, so extremely overbought. So let's see what happens this coming week, and we're going to see how this correlates with the overall market. So we're also going to talk about XOP since we are here talking about USO. Again, same thing. Resistances coming from a long time ago. Anything above this 167.42, that is going to be basically our kind of stopping point right there, right? Anything above there, nice whole numbers, 168, 169, 170, working our way up until the chart tells us otherwise for resistances. On the downside, we are going to be looking right here at this 162, 161, and then we're looking at 159. And then you have to worry about this gap coming all the way down here at that 153. But overall, kind of the same story in here, right? Large volume, everybody just kind of rotating into these overall oil ETFs themselves, not necessarily specific tickers. So these large oil ETFs, RSI being overbought in here, IV rank in here again, through the roof, just like USO's was. You're looking about IV rank about 50 in here. $10 expected move being priced in by next Friday. The following right around $15. So let's see what happens to USO and XOP as we continue throughout this war. We're going to see how long this is going to take. We're going to see what happens. Everybody's keeping a keen eye over there. And this is basically, we're just playing speculation right now, right? So that's kind of all this is. So everybody's kind of rotating out. The market was kind of a little bit of top heaviness, right? A little overextended itself, not really doing a whole lot. So everybody's kind of rotating and just playing on that speculation of, hey, guess what? Oil prices, gas prices are going to go up because everything is being blocked at that Strait of Hormuz, things like that. You have the war going on in the Middle East. That's what you're kind of overall looking at in here. We're going to look at SPY since we are talking about the overall markets in here and how they're correlating with those two oil ETFs. Right now, 672, that's that main level we've been talking about for, it seems like forever, right? Ever since we got up here in early January, we said, hey, 672, that's going to be a level in here that we're going to watch. Obviously, we hit that way before 700. We thought 700 was coming first, right? Obviously wrong on that. Just a ton of indecision candles coming in here. Finally got to pull back in here to 672. Anything to the downside, look at nice $5 increments going down into 652. So we're going to look at 670, 665, 660, 655 till we get to 652. This is going to be your main area right here of support. If we do end up coming down here, if we break that 672, look for 652 to kind of set up shop and get another bounce in here, and look for that to get in basically bought up quickly, right? That is the level that everybody is going to be buying at down here. But it looks like we might be able to hold these 672s for a while. But again, we'll kind of have to wait and see. So kind of keep this in mind as you're looking at what's going on in Iran. And you're looking at what's going on with the oil ETFs and things like that. Look at your big picture of the overall markets. See what is happening. What kind of hints is the overall market giving to us right now? Are we going to kind of keep on going lower, or are we finally going to start selling off that oil and buying back up the overall markets? That's going to be the overarching question coming in here with the next few weeks. So again, 672 going to the downside, $5 increments going down to that 652 to the upside in here. We're looking at our previous resistances, which were that 9-day EMA, the 689, 678, things like that. But until then, we're going to see how this overall plays out. And we're going to see what happens going into this new week in here and as we continue throughout the month of March. Okay, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you are interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.